Funds for Fluffs is a crowdsourced support system for pet owners who want more than typical insurance. Unlike typical pet insurance, we're here to help from day one in all aspects of pet ownership. Being a pet owner is hard. It's expensive, it requires a lot of responsibility, a lot of time, and quite frankly, a lot of knowledge. And as much as we love our pets, they don't come with training manuals, financial budgets, or even the slightest hint of directions on how to operate effectively. No, pets come into our lives with soft tummies, warm hearts, and wet noses. All enticing, but not always helpful. One of the biggest obstacles modern pet owners report facing is the increasing expense of their pets' veterinary bills, which are rising approximately 9% a year. Now, while the average annual upkeep for a healthy dog stands around $800, a simple canine dental cleaning can cost as much as $400, and a low-tech treatment for a simple ear infection can rack up as much as $1,000 in medical bills. So these numbers in mind, it's hard to rationalize how 88% of pet owners still report they're financing their pets' veterinary bills out of pocket as needed. Unfortunately, it seems that the only financial remedy currently on the market is pet insurance. And though the industry of pet insurance has shown growth over recent years, it still claims only 1% of U.S. pet owners, which led us to ask, what's the problem with pet insurance? Since 71% of pet owners were self-reporting that they would be willing to go into debt to maintain their pet's health, we couldn't help but wonder why they weren't willing to pay for insurance. So we asked them, and we got a variety of answers. Everything from, it only supports end-of-life care, to, it wouldn't do anything for me or my pet right now. The biggest reason we found, though, was the lack of economic efficiency. Too many pet owners saw pet insurance as too big a financial investment for not enough give back. Essentially, the only solution on the market wasn't a solution at all. It was seen as too expensive and didn't address enough of their concerns about being a pet owner. Here at Funds for Fluffs, we believe in a solution that mitigates the financial risk of modern pet ownership by celebrating our pets as cherished companions rather than objectifying them as mere possessions. And that's exactly what we've created. But you might still be wondering, what exactly is Funds for Fluffs? Well, we're a nonprofit and a pet-centric organization. We're also a community of pet owners and pet lovers. We're a second chance for devoted pet owners who struggle with extreme financial medical costs. Essentially, we're the answer to all of your pet-related questions. We're the solution. For a single $40 donation, you can receive a year-long membership to a community rather than a first month's payment on a policy. Because we're not pet insurance. We're something entirely different. Now you're probably wondering, what exactly do members get for that $40 donation? You see, access to the Funds for Fluff community includes training and diet tips for your pet product reviews and discounts, community message boards, access to Funds for Fluff's events and fundraisers, and more. All of these features come together to create a value of support and community that effectively simplifies the lifelong process of being a pet owner. Yet, in addition to community access, your $40 donation also gives you a chance to apply for financial reimbursement should your pet experience an extreme medical need that stretches beyond your financial capabilities. See, our goal is to cater to that 71% of owners that will do whatever it takes for their pet. But unlike insurance, we want to be there for our pet owners from day one, rather than waiting to help only when crisis strikes. While Funds for Fluff does not offer the same guarantee of reimbursement that pet insurance does, grants are issued based off an algorithm that considers available funds within the organization, the current number of requests, and the medical need of the pet or pets in question. We believe that the more we do for our members, the more we can leverage that active membership base to gain strategic partnerships and advertising revenue that our nonprofit needs to support these financial grants. Altogether, considering the combined benefits of membership, we believe that we provide a much-needed middle ground to the pet owner community. Maximum overall support for minimal financial commitment. Currently, there are 42.9 million households with cats and 54.4 million households with dogs. This means there is roughly a combined 97 million households owning one of the two animals. And of these, 85 million of them are paying for their pets' medical care strictly out of pocket. Now, we feel very confident that the pet owner market will continue to grow in size due to the fact that cities are becoming more pet-friendly and owning pets has become more popular. Additionally, we know that owning a pet is an expensive decision. Right now, a non-insured pet owner faces spending $400 annually per animal for routine vet visits. However, when emergencies occur, non-insured pet owners face bills anywhere from $500 up to $3,000. We feel comfortable estimating that these 85 million households in the United States would benefit and potentially buy our service. We plan on reaching them through social media sites and advertising in businesses that sell pet products. Meet our customer archetype, Nancy. Nancy is 25 years old. She lives in Los Angeles, California, where she received her bachelor's degree and is currently working full-time. Nancy also has a cat named Simon, but she has chosen not to purchase pet insurance due to the cost. Now, Simon means everything to Nancy, and she looks forward to coming home to see him every day. Nancy feels that Simon is a member of her family. She just hopes nothing too expensive will be required for his vet visits. See, Nancy knows if Simon were to really need an expensive medical procedure, she would struggle to come up with the funds for his care. Yet at the same time, she also struggles to see how an insurance policy would truly increase Simon's standard of living. Nancy represents the beachhead market that we are going after by being a cat or dog owner in her 20s. Additionally, we are targeting select cities such as San Francisco and Los Angeles to start out. Currently, we have no direct competition, and we feel comfortable making this statement due to the fact that there are no similar organizations that offer the ability for pet owners to apply for grants to help relieve financial hardships of paying for an emergency vet bill. However, a near competitor to Funds for Fluffs is pet insurance. Yet we feel that we differ from pet insurance because we do not offer coverage to every member. Instead, we offer the ability to apply for assistance when a vet bill is too expensive for you to manage. Pet insurance offers their customer coverage once a deductible has been met for a monthly fee. And pet insurance companies also only offer coverage for new injuries and illnesses that do not cover any pre-existing conditions. Our competitive advantage is the fact that we don't turn people away with pets that have pre-existing injuries or illnesses. Instead, we allow these pet owners to apply for grants the same way pet owners with new injuries or illnesses can. We also have an advantage in price. While most pet insurance costs $2,000 to $5,000 per year, many pet owners in our target market simply can't afford premiums that high. While we do not offer the same coverage as expensive pet insurance companies do, we are an excellent alternative for pet owners who have already chosen to forego purchasing pet insurance due to its high cost. In order to grab the attention of our target market, we will be putting much of our effort into developing our website, social media pages, throwing fun local fundraising events, and partnering with veterinary offices for advertising. We'll start a huge effort in our social media pages, since our target market typically uses these platforms on a daily basis. We'll start by posting daily with cute pictures of cats or dogs who are benefiting from our venture, as well as informative material about our cause, adding relevant hashtags in our captions, and liking other pictures in order to get more traffic on our social media pages. Initially, for our venture, our costs for the first year will include developing our website and annual website maintenance. Together totals about $1,200. Now, to support these costs, as well as kickstart our member base, we've set a goal of reaching a minimum 500 customers in our first year. To do this, we will focus on search engine optimization for our main website, as well as utilizing Facebook ads estimated at about $1 a day. Based on these figures, and assuming we hit that minimum goal, our first year customer acquisition cost will equal $1.73 per customer. The average medical cost per pet, looking at cats and dogs specifically, adds up to about $500 each year. And this figure does not include pet food, treats, toys, training, emergency medical costs, etc. You see, many people acquire a cat or dog as a lifelong companion without initially putting into context the financial burden that our furry friends can cause us in the long run. So in order to make this a more realistic and scalable model for Funds for Fluffs, we wanted to ensure that we could cover this average cost for our members. First, we took into consideration the yearly basic membership fee from our first 500 customers. as well as the assumption that 15% of those customers would be interested in joining our premium membership at just an additional $1 a day. Altogether, these customers cover $47,375 of our projected cost of $250,000 based on that aforementioned average. Thus, it is our belief that we would need to acquire the rest of the funds through fundraising efforts as well as the use of corporate sponsors and angel investors. Chris is our Chief Marketing Officer. She brings to the table a background in graphic design and experience in content creation. Yet her key motivation for making Funds for Fluffs a reality is her 14-year-old Bashan Frazee, Elbe, whose life was saved 3 years ago by an $800 procedure she struggled to afford. Morgan is our Project Communications Officer. She is in charge of planning projects for Funds for Fluffs and brings to the table her experience in time management. Her fluff is a Poodle Yorkie mix named Chloe. Liana is our Executive Sales Director. She has years of experience working in sales as well as customer service. Her two fluffs are named Lucy, aka Lulu, and Bobo. Brittany is our Operations Manager. She's had years of experience in the management field and is driven through the lens of humanity to support her puppy, Parker. As you can see, each member of our team has their own fluffy inspiration for wanting to help pet owners nationwide, and together we feel we have the skills to do just that.
Our startup has come a long way since day one. We have managed to create a nonprofit and gain a social media presence through our website, Instagram, Facebook, and other media outlets. We are currently working on gaining our first customer as we launch the venture. We will then be able to break even from our startup costs before we rescue our first pet. We will seek to gain our first large corporate partnership for heavier donations and financial support. We would like to reach 100 members before the end of our first year. By the end of year 5, we would like to have supported and helped rescue or save over 100 pets. Our financial projection is to hit our break-even point at 3 months or less. Our initial startup costs are relatively low, and this is completely manageable. The membership costs will cover the initial startup costs and onward to the first supported pet. We plan to continue to accept donations, offer subscriptions, and partner with corporations that support Funds for Fluffs. The estimation of those donations and membership costs, as discussed previously, will be $250,000 a year. We hope to increase our membership activity and our social impact as our revenue increases.
Initially, to get our venture off the ground, we will need some financial assistance from angel investors and corporate sponsors. We plan to acquire $30,000 from our angel investors to cover the initial costs, as well as provide ourselves enough funds to start throwing local events and fundraisers. Throwing fundraising events will help us to expand our brand, raise awareness of our cause, generate funds for our operation, as well as provide the investors with some return on their investment. With this, our goal is to raise around $100,000 from our fundraisers, which will allow us to provide our investors with a substantial ROI, as well as give us more funds to give back to our members. Additionally, we plan to acquire $160,000 from corporate sponsors in order to cover potential costs for covering members' grants. And in exchange, we will provide our corporate sponsors with advertising on our website, at our fundraising events, and on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Thank you for watching.